Hey Trojan fans, my name is Grant Ernst. I'm the host of Trojan Hoops. We're going to be talking about the boys and girls basketball teams throughout the season. Let's get it. We're going to break down week 1 of the Trojans basketball team. Let me bring in my boy, Ben Meunier. He's my sports analyst. Ben, how do you think week 1 went for the Trojans?
I think the Trojans did pretty well. They beat Milan by 35 points. Caleb Mergenthal scored 22 of those points for him. And then in the Saturday night game against Northwest, he put up, I believe, 19 points, and he hit the game-time shot, sending into overtime in the fourth quarter. They have a big week coming up with a 3-game stretch of LaSalle on Tuesday, and then James County on Friday, and then Saturday it's all Oldenburg.
So you said Caleb scored how many points again?
We believe 25 on Friday and then 19 on Saturday.
Do you think Caleb's going to be one of our top players this season?
I do believe so. He's looked a lot better in games than last year. If you ask a lot around Trojan basketball over the past few years, Caleb Mergenthal has been something that the Trojans have been working on. They've been pounding him to get better. They want him to be a top player, and he's finally came into that. He's averaging around 21 points, if I believe the math's correct there, so it's a really big thing for him.
Now, you didn't mention Jaden Dennis. What do you think about Jaden?
Jaden, he's accepting that role. Back in middle school, Jaden was such a great player. He's always been a great player, and it's kind of shown up here now. Him, Ryan Selhorst, Case McQueen, they're the big dogs for the Trojans. We could compare him to someone like Dennis Rodman. If you need someone to go out there and do the dirty work, they're down there for you. They'll do whatever you tell them to do. I believe they'd run through a brick wall for every single one of their teammates.
Now, you mentioned other seniors, but what do you think about our sophomore, Ryan Brotherton?
Ryan Brotherton, he's very athletic. He's good with the ball. He's able to move with it. They do amazing with backdoor cuts with Ryan. He's amazing at driving to the lane. And really, the only thing he's missing is the three-point shot and being able to handle it, which that's something that comes very fast for players once they start getting this varsity level of help.
Man, what do you know about week 2?
So week 2, they got big games. They lost Tuesday night to LaSalle, very hard loss there. They kept it close a good amount of the time. At the very end, LaSalle just showed their athletic ability and they took over. Friday night, they have a big game against James County. James County with only 1 loss, took Columbus North by 3 points. And James County, man, are they a good basketball team. They force turnovers. They pass the ball well, like amazingly well. Maybe one of the best passing teams in 3A. And really, James County, they can put it in your face. They have a tall 6'8" big man, Jacob Bogley. He can block your shot. He's averaging 2.5 blocks this year for 3 games. It's really a big game for him. Case McQueen's really have to show up. And once again, we talked about Caleb Mergenthal. If Caleb Mergenthal has a big game, they could walk out there with a win and be 3-1 in the season. And then Saturday, they play Oldenburg. Oldenburg, last year, only won by 10. But there's one thing to know about this Oldenburg team, especially from watching them last year. They love to run that clock. I believe it is a year ago. I believe their average time of possession was 48 seconds. They will run the clock down and make their plays work. EC has to play discipline. They have to use their possessions well. And for both games, you hear a lot from the coaches around the program. You cannot have live ball turnovers. That is what made Columbus North beat James County, and that's what made James County score 101 points against Madison. They force live ball turnovers like it's nothing. So you have to watch out for that.
Moving forward, Evan Wynn will be covering the girls. And that's all for this week. Bye.